Hey, this is Mass X with a brand new Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video, and we just had our drop in the last 24 hours of the next part of the half anniversary, which includes a new event. If you've played the game, it is pretty straightforward. You've seen this set up before for an event, and if you're a new player, don't be worried. It's not difficult at all. You're just going to want to complete the first 2 rounds, which is in turn going to open this area up, and then you're going to want to play through that to get what you need to farm for your free memory, as well as a bunch of other goodies. It will include tickets as well as currency, just lots of good stuff, really worth farming. It only took me, I don't even think it was 2 hours to get through it and farm completely and already get 3 of the memories. So yeah, piece of cake. On top of that, we had, of course, the drop of our part 2 banner, which of course is Geto. So we're gonna talk about that character, and I had a crazy roll session. It was not going well, and then kabam! It kind of went crazy for one roll. But before that, we kind of really need to talk about this character, because now you're looking at 2 half anniversary banners and who you should be pulling for. And I'm just going to tell you straight out, and most people probably have guessed it, but without a doubt, Gojo is the superior character all around for being all purpose for you. He's just great. I mean, you would expect that. There hasn't been a bad Gojo in the game. I was expecting, though, getting a lot more out of Geto, and what he's turned into is basically a green buffer, which necessarily isn't bad, and he's not horrible, but he is not a must-get by no means. Of course, we got another memory in there, too, a new one. Wasn't too thrilled with that, but let's talk about Geto real quickly. All right, for our first skill description for Geto, we've got consumption 150.4% of the selected enemy's melee attack technique, composite damage with 90.2%, total 2 hits. If your own magic power is 30 or more, give yourself 20%. ABB 1 time. If your magic power is 40 or more, give yourself 20% damage increase 1 time. The more your magic power, the more damage effect you will give, up to 50%. And if you level up this character, it's going to be 5.6% of physical damage per level and 3.2% increase in surgical damage. That's the translation for skill 1. Kind of helps him out quite a bit. His next skill description again, we're translating it to our best. Once we can test them, we can really see how this works. But the consume remote attack on selected enemies, 83.3%, 216.5% combined damage, and 18% damage with ABB 4 turns. If your magic power is 35 or more, deal 19.9% damage with ABB with night characteristic to the enemy selected just before, lasts for 4 turns. The level up information is just basically 3.7% physical damage per level up. Technique damage increases by 9.6%. The effect of the surgical damage increases 0.6%. And the technique damage effect is 0.8% on leveling up. For the next skill, basically the consume remote attack on selected enemies is 366.5%, technique 199.9%, combined damage in taijutsu 18% damage, ABB give 4 turns. If your magic power is 30 or more, you can deal 19.9% ABB for the last selected enemy 4 turns, and night characteristic taijutsu damage at 19.9%. The level up information is pretty straightforward, 16.2% per level for body damage. Technique damage goes up by 8.8%, body surgery increases 0.6%, and night characteristic body surgery damage goes up by 0.8%. And the final skill, break damage is 105.9%, granted 1 time, and maximum magic 40 AB grant 4 turns, and 20 healing magic remote attack on selected enemies, 916.3%, Jujutsu 1099.5% combined damage. Now, L up information level per upper limit. Effective break damage increases by 2.8%. Upper limit body damage 40.7%. And procedure damage 48.8%. And of course, the coordination special effect damage dealt to yourself and your partner in coordination special attack is 20%. 4 turns remote attack on selected enemies 128%. Now, even though I haven't tested them yet, and I'm planning to, I pulled just one copy of him. I'm not going all in on him. I want to test him out and see how he plays. But to me, it reads like a debuffer, but I don't know. The translations seem a little wonky, quite honestly. So I really didn't expect that from him as a character, especially half anime character. So yeah, I'm really curious to try him out. I just got to spend some resources because I went crazy on my Gojo to get him built up. So it might take me a day or two to do this, but I'm really curious to see how he is. Luckily, we have plenty of time to see if it turns out that it's something different than how it reads, and maybe the translations are wonky. Maybe he's a lot better than what he seems on paper, but just looking at him and looking at what Gojo brings to the table, Gojo clearly seems like the better character. And again, I could be completely wrong. That's one of the things you have to deal with translations. It really comes down to testing the characters and seeing what they can do on the field, because then you get a feel for them and then you can see maybe where the translation errors come out for you. Then I went ahead and went pulling. Well, first I had some tickets for the regular banner and I pulled this out of the gate. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe my luck is going to be really good. And honestly, it really wasn't. It was horrific at first drawing. I pretty much play this game mostly free to play, but every so often I'll go ahead and put a little in because the exchange rate from US dollar to yen is actually really good. So it's pretty much a good deal whenever you do go ahead and get something. They've had some good packs for this particular anniversary, but it went very painful. I think my first 4 or 5 pulls were atrocious, which is a shame because when I pulled on the Gojo banner, I was just striking gold right and left. Didn't have to pull that much just to get him even leveled to 2. I was just doing cartwheels on how well that turned out. So this one I was like, okay, yeah, here goes my luck. I built up a ton of currency because I didn't have to go crazy on the Gojo banner, and they've been dropping a lot for the half anniversary. And I had a little from my initial investment because I thought I might have to put some in for Gojo. But yeah, it really wasn't going well, and it took quite some time. Then I got lucky. Now, again, it wasn't the luck I was looking for my pulls out of the gate. But yeah, look at this. This is insane. What was that, 4 or 5 SSRs? So I'm like, okay, out of all these, I have to be able to get a Geto. I finally got the memory, so that was nice just to have that. And then I was like, okay, come on. All right, okay, not Geto, that's okay, but you know, I got lots of chances here. You know, I'll take some dupes, that's fine. And yeah, I mean, I've never had a pull like this before. And I was like, okay, they really are effing with me now because they're just going to give me everything that is going to be a dupe and not Geto, aren't they? Just to basically mess with my head. So at this point, I was like, okay, I'm getting low. Let's just go ahead and give it another shot and see what happens. And I got lucky. And needless to say, I am out after this pull either way, with or without Geto, but I really, really, really want to test him to see if he's actually better than how at least translated it comes across to me. And thank the Lord Almighty, I was able to get him. So I am going to work on getting him up. It's probably going to take me a few days, sadly, because I'm resource depleted at this point. But the good news is I was able to go ahead and pull him, so I can do some testing. I've been playing this game more than ever during the half anniversary, trying to get my stuff up. So yeah, So I'm pretty excited to try him out, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed he turns out to be really good, because the Gojo is absolutely crazy. But let me know if you have been playing on this anniversary half Annie for this game. I mean, it really is the only officially licensed Jujutsu Kaisen mobile game out there. I do enjoy it, and it's not incredibly time consuming, which I like. It respects your time. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.